All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. This is the first time that we've done community office hours for my group, the Progressive Delivery Group at GitLab. And so we're new to this, and we're just gonna we're just gonna trudge through and do our best. I've got a small agenda, but I thought maybe it would be good to start with introductions. My name is Chase Southard. I'm the EM for Progressive Delivery. I've been at GitLab less than a year. Yeah, I'm happy that everyone is here. I appreciate everyone taking the time to show up. Andrew, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm Andrew. I'm a front-end engineer. I primarily work on the feature flags side of things. I've been with GitLab for just under 2 years now. Yeah. Angelo, you want to go next?
Yeah, so my name is Angelo, also a front-end engineer. I think I'm the youngest in the team so far.
Oh,
youngest in terms of the newest.
So oh, I see. Gotcha.
I'm not young anymore. Yeah, and I'm also recently we're also working a lot with feature flags, enjoying time with Andrew and the other backends as well. So maybe Etienne.
Hi everyone, my name is Etienne. I am backend engineer in the progressive delivery team. I've been with GitLab for the past year and a half, not quite, and yeah, I mainly work on integrating our CI tooling with AWS, and I've been recently also been doing some work on deploy keys. And if I'm cutting off, it's because my internet connection has been pretty bad this afternoon. So I may turn off, turn on. We'll see the camera, the video. FYI.
Thanks. Maybe Rajendra, would you like to go next?
Yeah, so I'm Rajendra. I'm based out of Mumbai. I work in the open source team here at BrowserStack. I contribute to Selenium and the entire ecosystem full time. I also contributed to GitLab. I have been a GitLab hero few months now, and today I just got the news from David that I have been nominated in the core team. So I'll be joining the core team soon. I'll be on the page. And yeah, that's about it. So
that's great. Congratulations. Sashi.
Yeah, I'm Sashi. I'm based out of India as well, but I work in Munich. I work with a company called Personio. And thank you all for introducing yourselves, and congrats, Rajendra, for being the GitLab core member. Nice to meet you.
Nice. So I think I did have like a agenda item here to talk about how to work with our team and GitLab generally, but maybe we can sort of skip that since both of you are experienced with contributing to GitLab, and maybe we don't need to go over that. I will, however, say for those who are watching the video later, and maybe I'll just share my screen real quick. For those who are not super, now I have to find the right window. That the, contributing to the efforts that Progressive Delivery works on, just as like with anywhere inside GitLab, there's everything is powered by issues, and those issues are sort of segregated by labels. And so like the Progressive Delivery label is a key one to look for, as well as like the accepting merge requests or some other ones that we might look at here in a second. And just like to know where to find us in the handbook on the Progressive Delivery Group page, and myself or the other people here who are merge request coaches can help you through getting your stuff merged if you're not already don't already have permission to do so, or to do that. So yeah, I think just most notably some issues. There's we have a pretty large backlog of issues that the bot has labeled accepting merge requests, but anything between bugs to certain types of follow-up and UX debt or technical debt or features that have just been languishing in the backlog. So there's no shortage of work and places for people to contribute, and we welcome all those contributions from everyone. So yeah, I thought I have seen like a couple of recent, and there's a couple of most recent like submissions I've seen from Sashi about like webhooks and some like notifications and those types of things have like come through recently. Those are the ones that are like kind of like frontmost on my radar, but it's not to discount Rajendra's contributions. I just don't know exactly where they are at the moment. So yeah, I just want to thank you both for all your hard work, and maybe there are a couple other product categories that we have taken on. One of them is Autodevops, which is, or at least part of Autodevops, which is the auto deploy step. ATN has done some work there. That's pretty new to us, and we're still trying to get through the organizational triaging of what issues how we're going to prioritize what issues. So I don't know. I had an item here, and I don't know if ATN might know better. But if there's like an entry point for someone to contribute to that effort, since it may not be reflected in those other issues that are shown there. Do you have anything?
I will just jump here and what else can I add on Autodevops? Yes, I've been working on that, as Chase said, like over the past few months or so, but specifically just like efforts on connecting Autodevops with AWS, right? And just providing users the capability to deploy on an ECS stacks. More recently, trying to automate the provisioning of an AWS stack with CloudFormation. So we're opening up onto major cloud platforms, and our efforts have been like focused mainly on AWS. But yes, future efforts will focus on Azure and then yeah, I think more with GCP. I'm not that as knowledgeable on that side of things, but yeah, my effort has been focused mostly on AWS. But yeah, there is like a big opening and lots of like upcoming work for us regarding the ability to deploy onto major platforms.
Thanks, Etienne. One product category that we've moved into core that you may have seen as part of 13.5 is that feature flags are now available to everyone, and that's like an area which we're looking to get a lot more feedback from other people, the community, to kind of kick the tires and help us mature that product category. So that's another active area of interest. And I don't know if there's anything we need to say about that. If Andrew or Angelo has any kind of commentary about how to contribute to the feature flags effort.
I don't think I have anything specific to mention.
Okay. I think mostly just that it works off of the Unleash API, if you have not seen that already. Both of these things are just as well documented as other product categories and things that we're working on. So if you're curious, there's things to look at there. Is there anything that we can do to like help you all contribute more easily, or can we answer any questions, or help provide any guidance for your contributions, either of you?
As for me, I don't think there is anything like the documentation is. I feel that it's top notch and helps me in contributing to issues. I just go by looking for labels that accepting merge requests and particularly in backend. So I don't remember what part of the DevOps I have contributed to as such, but it's mostly something that needs to be done. It's done. So for the past few months, I've been focusing on code debts around fixing some offenses of Autodevops and stuff. So that's, I have seen the Robocop to-do.yaml file been so long. So I'm not sure that is counted in the progressive delivery group, but so yeah.
That's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be directly for us. We like the contributions are welcome everywhere. But if there's anything we can do to make that better, Sashi, is there anything from your perspective?
I also don't have any specific thing. Maybe one thing to call out is the documentations on the feature flag. I worked on this feature I worked on enabling webhooks for feature flags. It was kind of easy for me to get started because the documentation was in place. And I also simultaneously worked on enabling webhooks for deployments, which I kind of struggled a bit to get through because I had to set up the local environment and connect to a Kubernetes cluster to do that. So that might have been a just a pain point for me, I would say, but the rest of it all are good in terms of the docs. I really found easy to do stuff on feature flags.
Cool. Thanks. Do either of you have like a particular favorite area to contribute at GitLab? Is there some part of GitLab that you find most interesting? It does not have to be this group. You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Maybe
I started off with
Sorry.
error tracking. Sorry, yeah. I started off with error tracking. So Peter leads in has been very helpful in getting me up and running around contributing to API. So and during that time, I think that needed a lot of work around. So the PM for error tracking, I think she had a lot of tasks in the pipeline, and I sort of took the API integration stuff with Sentry. So that's close to me because I started off with that, but later on, then I moved on to the tech debts and the backlogs. Then recently, I've been working on the new feature of adding custom emoji support. So that issue had a lot of upvotes and a lot of eyes over it. So Toon has been helping me around that. So I would say error tracking is most close to my heart because I started off with that.
Thank you. Is there something about the backlog or the labeling or the some place that made it easy for you to find where to contribute? Like to give you a good entry point, something different than maybe that we're not doing?
No, I think labels have been very helpful. So sort of it filters out, of course, the backend and the front end itself first, and then whatever. One thing that we can maybe add is, so recently, like if some issue has a merge request being worked upon, it's not seen in the filter, I think. So I have to go to the issue details page or maybe check out on the right hand side of the issue list. It shows a symbol of icon having a merge request. So sometimes people end up, two people working on the same issue, and then the second one knows like, oh, it's been worked upon by someone else, then the time is gone and the MR has been closed or something like that. So maybe have a filter around. I'm not sure if it comes under your radar to have the issue filter in place, whether an issue has a merge request or not. I think that might help a bit. Just a personal suggestion. And so yeah, like I have been used to seeing the issue details page if an issue has a merge request or not, and then proceed.
That's good feedback. Yeah, making that more clear, and certainly communication is probably a very important feature there of just commenting on the issue that you'd like to take. Sometimes I think that there's difficulty adding other people who are not part of the GitLab organization to the issue as like an assignee. I know we've had that some trouble there in the past of having to assign it to like an internal person, like a teammate in order to like just track it a little more effectively. But yeah, that's a good call out. Thank you. Sashi, do you have any? What is yours?
Yeah, so I share the same opinion about the issues without merge requests, but I did not have to face the issue before, but I found that few issues were having merge requests but not showing on the list. So, I mean, I think it's a problem as a community contributor we could see. And maybe to answer your first question about the interesting parts, the work on GitLab, I started out with looking into the code base for Gitly, which is actually the main core component of the Git. So, and I started reading about the high availability feature. That was the first point for me to learn about GitLab and Gitly. So that still remains an interesting part or stage for me to learn. But since it's in Golang and I'm not entirely experienced with Golang, still learning it.
Nice.
I will just jump on the Golang learning aspect here. I know that there is a team, I don't remember which one, but a team put up some, like on the handbook, a page about all resources that GitLab provides in order to learn Golang. I'm gonna try to find if I can find it again, but Sashi, if you're interested in like having like a list of resources, if you aim to keep learning Golang, I think that might come handy for you.
Yeah, that
I'll
should
try
be great.
to look for it now, and then I will share it in the chat.
Great, that would be great. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus one on that from my side too.
Thank you. Maybe even just put it into that into the issue as notes for the the discussion, and it can be a little bit more of a more permanent resource.
Yeah, will do. I'll put it in the issue.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, I was just trying to look at the agenda here for a second and see if there's any if there's anything else. Angela, like since you've been to another community contribution office hours, is there another topic, or is there something else that we should consider here?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah. There were some questions, and I think like it would be nice if we can really help with a community contribution. I've been interested in the merge request coach part, so I'm checking what is required there to help the contributors be more effective, and maybe triaging some MRs and stuff like that. So I would second what you asked. If there's anything we could help or be there for, I would be super happy to help.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, merge request coaching is sort of like anyone at GitLab, any engineer, I guess I would preface that, at GitLab can be a merge request coach. There's mostly like I don't know, like a small series of like, like behaviors to follow, but otherwise there's no like formal training or anything else. You'll just be at like on another list for people to help navigate like reports of issues or merge requests that show up from the community to help find a adequate reviewer, the right, maybe the right group, provide feedback, reviews, move it through the workflow. that is one thing that's a little bit different. Like, you know, the workflow is kind of quasi Kanban like, where we have like a flow that moves from a certain set of stages, but we still are kind of wrapped inside the milestone planning and the delivery of you know, the next version, the next monthly installation of GitLab on the 22nd. And so that boundary and that code cut updates for that appear on the 17th usually. And therefore, you know, we kind of have to play that dance a little bit for, yeah, you all may already know this, but that's kind of the, what has to happen with the planning and also with the execution of delivering features and all contributions. So that's just something to be aware of for those who may be watching this in the future. That's sort of part of it. Yeah. I guess if there's nothing else, I just want to reiterate that, like, we greatly appreciate your contributions, and thank you so much for contributing in the past, and hopefully continuing to contribute into the future. I'm happy to stick around and answer any more questions, or we can talk about if there's something you'd like to talk about, something currently that you have open and you'd like to share, and we, you know, to walk through the MR or whatever. Happy to take like the next, you know, remaining time in the meeting to do so. But otherwise, I'm happy to give people's time back too. So whatever you'd like to do next, I'm open for anything. I'll wait.
I don't have anything else. Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe we can do this more often.
Okay.
I think you mentioned about doing this once in a month, I think, or once in a quarter.
Yeah. So because this is kind of new to us, and we didn't know what I kind of didn't know if anybody would show up. So it's great that you all are here. Yeah, we were considering like starting with quarterly, but if there is demand and if there's value in having this conversation more frequently, to further the contributions longer, or make sure that you are getting the resources you need to contribute, then I think we could plan on doing something monthly. So yeah, I'm open to that. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you all for your time and for being here, and for everyone taking time, part of their evenings and part of their mornings to be here. And just again, thank you for all the contributions and all the hard work. And you know how to find us now. Don't be hesitant to reach out to us if you need something. So cool. Thank you. I hope you all have a good day. Bye.
Thank you so much. See you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.